There's nothing like natural light to help brighten up a room. But what if you want to turn up, or in some cases, turn down the intensity? Our next set of homeowners found answers by turning to a sun and shade expert.
Paul and Inger Peebles of Bethesda, Maryland, wanted a bright, sunny home where even in winter, the light would bathe the interior and lift their spirits. Elizabeth Hunter of northern Utah desired a house with large windows and scenic views, but wanted to shield her furniture and artwork from the damaging effects of the sun. Interestingly, both homeowners consulted Anke Barnes, an architect with expertise in controlling light, both natural and artificial. For Paul and Inger, Anke Barnes prescribed a major restructuring of their home.
Before, this was virtually the only room, the living room, that had decent light. The other rooms were dark.
To bring in the sun, Anke opened up the south wall of the home and built a semicircular addition, or half tower. A strip of windows around the bow floods the main floor with light.
It's a device that the Dutch painters used. If you look at the Vermeer paintings, there's nearly always a wall running right against the window so that the light that comes in is carried as far as possible.
To brighten up the kitchen, the old ceiling was replaced with washed pine, and wide windowsills were added to reflect the light. Design ideas borrowed from Scandinavia.
In Sweden, we have windowsills everywhere. People have flowers in the windows. And so that was one of the features that I wanted, a windowsill.
To resolve the light issue on the second floor, the master bedroom was enlarged, and the bath was moved into the half tower, so light from the bath could be shared with the bedroom. Anke also created a very steep staircase that leads to a balcony with narrow iron railings.
Well, I love the balconies because after a long day at work, I may not have been outside at all. And then we go and sit out on the balconies and just look over the garden, and it's wonderful.
Unlike the Peebles residence, Anke designed Elizabeth Hunter's Utah house with the goal of screening out direct sunlight.
I didn't want the sun to come in through the windows and overheat the house and fade carpets, but I wanted a bright home, not a dark home.
With the majority of the home's rear windows facing south, several design features were utilized to shield the interior from direct sunlight. These include large overhangs or eaves to create shade for many of the windows, integration of a screened-in porch to protect the kitchen area, and use of a series of exposed roof trusses to shade upper-story windows.
It's used on the outside at the back of the house as a sun shading device for the high living room windows, and it's used inside the living room and the area above it to give character and scale to the ceiling.
Another method to screen windows from direct sunlight was through the use of columns.
By flanking the biggest windows in the house in the living room with this group of 4 heavy wooden columns, we've created something like the blinders that a horse might wear to protect from the sun on the side as well as from overhead.
Success at reducing the sun's impact required that every detail be carefully scrutinized, including the owner's personal taste in decor.
The whole downstairs of the house, rather than just having paint or wallpaper, has linen walls, paper-backed linen that was dyed to match what's going in the room.
And like marble or natural wood, I think it absorbs a little bit of the light in the surface and refracts it in a very, very soft way.
For areas of the house where privacy and light penetration were both concerns, mica windows were used. The mica reduces glare while diffusing the light softly into the area. The dedication to detail is also present in handcrafted light fixtures installed throughout the home.
The sconces that are all through the living room are ones that have a fun name. I call them the mummies because they are wrapped with rawhide. The lights that are hung from the ceiling in the corridors are made of copper and of mica. And this particular artist has this unique feature of taking leaves, ferns, and others and actually laminating them in the mica sheets as she makes them for each light fixture.
With all features combined, Elizabeth can enjoy the beauty of light without pulling down the shades.
When I'm home, I'm either outside or in my office. I live there, I do everything in there. I'm surrounded by photographs and bookshelves and plants and gardening books, and I have a wonderful view of the mountains.
And for Paul and Inger Peebles, a house that allows sunlight to pour in.
The short days of winter don't boost my spirits as much as summertime, and so to have light during the wintertime and summertime is wonderful.